to Fundamental Friday. It's another neat day. Go on in and make yourself comfortable. We'll get started in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and load the comments. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can communicate with me. Just type your comments in the section and I will respond as quickly as I can. So give me just a minute and let me get that information plugged in. And we should be good to go here in a minute. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you like and obviously you want to subscribe, but like and share if you like the video when we get done. And if you're watching from YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and click that bell. So every time I upload a new video, then you will be notified and then you can go in and watch the recording. So, all right, so let's, we got people coming on. So we're going to get started. It is 11:59. So we'll get started probably about 3 or 4 minutes after 12. So come on in and make yourself comfortable. Let me know that you're out there if you'd like to. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. And in the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and wait for y'all to come in. The doggie is sleeping on the chair. She did not want to get up. So she's taking a little nappy. So give me, excuse me, I'm chewing on a minute. Give me just a minute. I'm going to sort my cards so I can show you which cards that I made go with which designs. So I want to make sure I get that right so I don't confuse everybody. So give me 1 second. So while you're getting settled in, I will be with you in a moment. Oh, let's see. So that's going to be one. Yeah, that's going to be one of those. Oh, that's going to be another one. And then these are. Well, I'm a little confused now. What did I do with those? Oh, la, 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 la. I did. Oh, I know what I did. Let's see, quarters. Okay, we have 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, got it. All right, so let's go here. I'm trying to get in order so when we get ready to talk about these, I can show you what I did. That will go here. This will go there. And these will go up here. So that will go down there. I'm talking to myself. All right, that goes there. Where's the one I just missed? Hang on. All right, welcome everybody. Come on in, have a seat. We'll get started in about 2 minutes. And just bear with me. I'm just trying to sort through my cards so I can show you what we've done. All right, that one. And then we need, where's my little one? Hang on a minute. I'm going to cut these. This is that one. That, oh no. Yeah, that's that one. That's, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm getting a little confused. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Come on in, have a seat. And it is 12:02. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is probably going to take maybe 30 minutes because I'm going to go through and cut to how we're doing a one-sheet wonder. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down to the table. I'll show you the sketch, and then I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do. So give me just a moment. Let me flip the camera down, and I've got to change it so that you can see. Hold on a minute. Let me bring it out a little bit more because I think we need up a little, down a little, back a little. Hang on. I think that's good. Can y'all see that? Is that right set up for y'all? I think it is, yeah. It's a little low, isn't it? Let me see if I can get this down. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Nope, let me pull this out a little bit. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to be pushing my paper all the way up to there. I think you should be able to see that. I'll move the table up some. How's that? Does that work? Okay, let me move some of this junk out of the way because that can be distracting. I shouldn't say junk, it's just paper. I have to clean out my office. Today is going to be clean out days. I haven't been busy. Oh, I don't know what it is. All right, that's Let me pull this one. This is bad. Try to get it so y'all can see it a little bit closer. Let me do it this way. I don't want it to fall off the table like it did the other day. Hang on a minute. I was trying to add myself as a guest, but that wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Now I got to move this up some more. All right, hang on. We're going to get this straight. There we go. I got to pull this guy forward. The camera, if I ever get back to where I can go back to what I used to use, would be wonderful. Okay, I think that's going to work. Let me move my stuff out of all this mess out of the way because that's distracting. Okay, so welcome everybody. Come on in and have a seat. Sorry about that. I am Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I have been doing this craziness for 15 years, this month actually. And today is Fundamental Friday, so what that means is we're going to do a technique. So today we're going to do a one-sheet wonder. So this is the template. You can take a picture of this if you'd like, or if you'd like a paper version, then just message me and I can text it to you or email it to you, whichever is easier. You just let me know. Okay, so the idea of a one-sheet wonder is to help you with designs and how to cut the paper to get the most out of your paper. So we're going to be using a 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper today from Stampin' Up, obviously. And these are the measurements. Let me pull it up a little bit more so you can see it. It might be helpful. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut the paper based on this template. We have 3 columns, if you will. We have this one, and then we have this little section here, and then this down here. So we're going to make our first cut. It's going to be at 4 inches, and I will go through this as we cut the paper. So the first cut is going to be at 4 inches. And then we're going to turn it in the landscape mode and cut it 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and then that's going to leave us a 4 by 1.5 inch piece. Okay. And then the next piece we're going to have is this whole piece right here. So this has already been cut at 4. Now we need 5 1/4 by 4. And then these two down here are 4 by 4. So we're going to turn the paper and we're going to cut these 2 off first. And then that's going to leave us where we can cut the 5 by 4s, 5 1/4 by 4 inch pieces. And you'll see how this all comes together when we get done. And then once we trim that off, we'll trim these 2 off here, then that will give us what we need to do for our 5 1/4 by 4. Now, the little lines right here, if you can see those, that is if you want to cut these in not in half actually, but just part of it off, whatever you feel like you want to do. So these here, this one here, those 2 down here, and these 2. I am going to cut these 2, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. These I'm going to leave. I'm not going to cut them in half. I'm just going to leave them at 5 1/4 by 4. These I am going to cut. And it's not going to be corner to corner. It's just going to be wherever you want to do it. And I will make these 2 pieces will go on 1 card. So that's going to be like the top and the bottom. So you'll see how we do this when we get ready to go through. Okay. So well, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to bring in now the paper that I'm using is the Product of the Month free paper that you can get from Stampin' Up when you place a $75 order or more. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 12 sheets of paper. There's 4 sheets of 4 different designs, and you'll get 3 each of those 4 designs. Now, the Product of the Month runs through this. I think this is available through March 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So let me show you the pack of what the paper looks like. I love these colors because it's just so colorful. All right, so there's that color. And then here's the back. This is what we're using today. So we're going to use this and then this side here. And then here's another one of the papers. And it's really pretty rainbow type looking paper. And your colors are like Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, Granny Apple, Misty Moonlight. This one's really pretty. I thought this would be pretty for like if you're doing plants or something like that on card. I thought that's really, really beautiful. Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, Granny Apple, and then here's like your mermaid scales, but I think it's mermaid. And it's kind of a the colors kind of fade from light to dark. All right, and then the other piece that you'll have will be this one, which is little white flowers. And when you flip this one over, it's very similar to the other colors, but more definitive and different color schemes itself, okay? All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let me get my piece out. I'm going to use, let me see. I had mine out. Let's see, which one do I want to cut? I'm going to cut one different. I think I'm going to cut this one. Those look pretty much alike, don't they? Let's see. You got to make a decision here. This is kind of, the difference is the background. So I think I might go ahead and do, I think I'm going to cut this one. I think I'll do this one, and then I'll go through the cards when we get done. I'm not going to actually make the cards because it's going to take way too long, but I'll show you what cards I did create using that and which section it belongs to. Okay? Hope that makes sense. All right. So we might be on here 30 minutes or so. And that way I'm not messing up the Friday afternoon, especially if they're on your lunch order. Your lunch break. All right. So the first thing I said, again, we're going to start in the left column, and it says cut 4 by 5 1/4. So in 3/4, that will give me something else I can do on another card. And let's see, let's just do 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut that. So I've got 2 at 2 3/4, and then I have 2 more that are at that's the 2 3/4. This one could be at what? 2.5. Okay. So we're going to use these. So that's going to give us 4 cards that we'll be making from those 2 right there. All right. So now you don't have to cut them if you don't want to. Now, if you're just joining, you don't have to cut where the line is. That's just something that we recommend. Okay. All right. Now it's exactly cut on corner to corner, but it's going to be close. So I'm just going to cut that. And then that's going to give me 2 pieces that I'm going to put on a card, and I'll show you what I did with that. Okay, so I'm going to set this off to the side. And then this one I'm just going to go ahead and cut corner to corner. Again, you don't have to, but I'm going to do that one differently. And I'll show you the cards on what I created and how I cut them. Okay, this one I'm going to go ahead and just do corner to corner. And don't forget, you've got the back side, so we can flip these over however you want to do that. All right. So that's these. Then we came back and cut these. So sometimes I do make mistakes, and I just let it go, and I just take the pieces that I cut, and they're different from what I did here, and I just use them to make a card. So we're going to work with this sketch and cutting. I use that to mat underneath, and then I took a scrap of Granny Apple Green and stamped the happy birthday from the, hang on, I'll tell you the steps. I should have pulled it out. Let's see, it is this was the product of the month. No, it's not. Hang on. Let me find it. Hold on a minute. I should have pulled this out. Bottom was one of the products of the month. Oops, they got something to break fall. Hang on a minute. Hold on, you guys. Probably on the desk. I used the stamp set. Oh, no, this is not them. Yeah, it is. This is the product of the month. This is one, pardon me, I just have it over here underneath all my papers. This is the happy birthday, you're on my mind. It's a pretty good size stamp. So this was January's product of the month. Okay, so that's where that sentiment came from in case you're curious. And then I just used some embellishments that were similar colors just to give it a little extra something. All right, so that's one of the cards here. And then with the next piece, which is based at 4 inches, which we did, and that's by almost 2 7/8, which would have been cutting off of this. So I put this on a piece of long piece of basic white. This is pretty peacock, and I took the peacock and added a 4 by 5 1/4 strip and ran it through the embossing folder, the waves, the soft waves, so it kind of gave it some texture in the background. And then again, I added some of those embellishment dots, and then I stamped hello in the same Pretty Peacock ink. So that's those two cards make up this right here. Okay. Now the next one, I'm using a new stamp set that is coming out this next month, and it's called Cutest Crew, and it does come as a bundle, so there are dies. And this is for the cat people out there, because I didn't want y'all to feel like I'm always doing the doggies. So this is this second piece right here. So we're doing another 4 by 5 1/4. And again, I've cut that down. So this is a piece of Flirty Flamingo, 8.5 by 5.5, and I'll fill in all my inside pieces later. And again, I put this on the back of basic white. And then I use this cute little stamp set from the Cutest Crew. There's 11 stamps in here. Let me show you what they are. You've got some birds, you've got a bunch of little doggies playing together, and you got the kitty cat. And then we have some bird feet, some doggy paws or cat paws, some butterflies, flowers, and then 4 different sentiments that you can use. And there's dies as well that go with this. So this might be something you want to keep in mind. This is a great stamp set. I actually used it yesterday for the first time. I love it. And then this is what the dies look like. You get a strip for the feet, and then just another strip to me, that looks like a piece of film. And then there's dies to cut out all of the different animals and critters on the cards itself. Okay. So I just colored each of the little kitty cats in, trying to come up with some different color schemes for cats, and stamped a sentiment and popped that up on dimensional. So that would be part of the second square right here that I cut down. All right. And then this one would be the other part of that one. And again, this is on Flirty Flamingo. Now you notice how I'm flipping them from landscape to the portrait mode. And this one, I did the same thing in the Flirty Flamingo, but this one, I took a 5 5.5 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock and ran it through that waves embossing folder. And I thought it just went really well, since this kind of looks like it's wavy. And then I had a sentiment that I had stamped and never used it, so I just stuck that on there. And did stamp the happy birthday from the Fabulous Things stamp set, again, which has 11 stamp sets in there. You can see that right there. And I popped this up on dimensionals, but what I did, rather than put it on the back of Pretty Peacock, I just took the Stampin' Right blend, the Stampin' Blend, and I ran it around the edges of the white, so it didn't look so starky white, and it gave it a little bit of extra color and texture. And then again, I added some of those little embellishments on there as well. So that's the second row, and that's the 5 1/4 by 4 piece. Okay. All right. And then the next one is the same, 5 1/4 by 4. Again, I did not cut these down. I left them exactly as they were. And then I flipped the paper over, and this is the back side. And I used some of the Misty Moonlight ribbon, which obviously, I think that one's still, I think that might be retired. I'm not sure. I used all the same color ink, cardstock, and ribbon. And then I used the, let's see, To a Fabulous Friend. That comes out of this Fabulous Things set as well. And then I popped that up on dimensionals right above the ribbon so that it could show. All right, so that's the second one on the middle column. Okay. All right, now on this one, this is the 4 by 4 that I cut, and then I did cut this in at a diagonal. I didn't do it corner to corner. I just cut it. It allowed us to have a space in the center, and that's good if you want to stamp a larger stamp like I did here. All right, so that's that one. All right, so that's this one and this one we just did, right? All right, now we're going to come down to, oh, wait a minute, I got to say that one. I'm sorry, it's this one. This is the second one. I apologize. I'm sorry. These are the 4 by 4s. My apologies. We already did those. These are the 4 by 4s. So again, cut it in half, or not exactly half, but I just cut it. granny apple green, and then I stamped the happy birthday directly on the cardstock and using Secret C, and added a few embellishments at the bottom. So see how it just changes the whole look of the card. This one does not have any white backing behind it. This one does. This one has that, so it shows the white. This one just shows the card base, but the same design, just cut a little bit differently. This one is a little bit wider space than this one, and it just changes the whole look of your card. So just keep that in mind. That's the other things that you can do when you're cutting your paper, okay? All right, so that's these two right here. And then that leaves us the last card, which is the 2 3/4 by 4. Now there's 2 of those, but since they were smaller pieces, I put them together on a piece of Darling Duckling, and I have this circle, it's a stitch circle cut out from one of the dies. I've got several of those that I pre-cut extras and didn't need them. So I went ahead and stamped the butterflies from the stamp set of the cutest crew and the flowers that they're showing. So I cut the flowers right here, and then here are the butterflies, and I stamped those on there. And I stamped the sentiment from the Fabulous Things, You're on My Mind. And then I added a piece of Darling Duckling, because that's our card base color. And I attached that with 2 glue dots. And then this little ladybug came from a kit that I ordered, that I did for my class, for my Sail Point class, Wednesday. I ordered the kit because it was on sale, and of course it's not available right now. But it had all these cute little ladybugs, and we had leftovers. So I thought, well, I can stick that right in the middle. So I thought that kind of added just a little special touch to it. So those are the cards that I created using this template. So now, later today or tomorrow, I will go ahead and use all of the stuff that we cut today, and then I'll create more cards. Now these, I'll probably use more of the back side because I like that design. But when I do that, I will post those so that you can see those as well. So again, I created 10 cards using this template, and I'll hold it up again so you can take a look at it. So I cut each one, and I'll walk you through it for those that have come on late. We cut this one. You're going to start out, cut this first at 4 inches, and then turn your paper and cut at 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and then it leaves the 1 1/2 inch. Now, this great little lines right here mean you can cut this in half if you want to. So I just cut it down to 2 3/4, and then it left 2 different size pieces. So I got 4 cards out of those 2 right there. Then the next step is you'll have an 8-inch piece left because this is 12 by 12, right? So the first thing you want to do is cut 4 inches because it's already cut at 8. You want to cut that and cut to get the 4 inches off the top, and then cut that in half to get the 2 4 by 4 squares. And then that's where I cut the ones that we just saw. You don't have to cut corner to corner, cut however you want. So those are the ones that go there. And then I cut the 5 1/4 by 4 because we had it cut in 4. And then these are the 2 pieces that are left over. Okay. So you can go back and watch the video as many times as you like. But there you go. So I got 10 cards out of what I did using this template, and it's a quick, easy way. The only time-consuming part of it was the fact that I was doing the embossing machine. I wanted to put some texture behind some of the cards. I used one of the new stamp sets that's coming out in March. It's got little kitty cats for you cat people, and they got dogs for the doggy people, as you can see right here. So we're not discriminating against. And then these are some of the smaller pieces that I cut off when I cut down on these 2 squares right there. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like a copy, you can take a picture of the technique. If you have to go back in the beginning, I do have it up if you want to take a picture of that now. Or if you'd like a paper, if you'd like me to email you one, I'll be more than happy to. You can email me or text me, and I'll send this template out to you today or tomorrow. Okay, so that is our Fundamental Friday today. One Sheet Wonders are great things to do for a technique, and it also gives you the ability to make multiple cards in a short amount of time. So I hope you all enjoyed this and enjoyed the cards in the ways that I designed it. I would love to see what you all are going to do with yours, and because you never get, even though you all might use the exact same measurements, we're going to use different papers and things that it's going to change the whole look of those cards. So, all right. So there you go, everyone. Thank you again for taking time out of your Friday lunchtime hour for those that are in the East Coast side. I greatly appreciate it. And I will not be here on Tuesday. We have another concert to go to in the series of concerts that we have signed up for. So if I have time to do a video, I may do one. I'll let you all know. All right. So have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I would love to see pictures that you create with you use this template. Just post them on our page. And I'm sure everybody would love to see what you do as well. All right. If you have any questions, please reach out. I greatly appreciate it. And if you need any crafting supplies, there are links below the video that have access to my online store that you can have find pretty much everything that you're most likely going to need. And today, Friday the 20th, is the last day for the free shipping, which you have to order at least $75 before you can get the free shipping, and you qualify for the product of the month order. And make sure you use up your bonus coupons if you have any by the end of February, or you won't. You don't want to lose out on those dollars. So make sure if you've got coupons, bonus coupons, you want to use those as well. All right, everybody. Thanks again for spending a little time with me on this Friday, and have a great weekend. And I will see you sometime next week, but it won't be on Tuesday. All right. Thanks again, everyone. All right. Bye now.